Your body has to be in top condition. Your chest deteriorates as your body does. You can't separate body and mind. That is a daily Bobby Fischer quote, and this is day 9 Journey to Roach's Champion. We're going to be trying a new format. We're going to start with the game of the day, going through the game that I won to become Grandmaster. Obviously, considering our Fischer theme, I have the Roy Lopez, his favorite opening. I hope the angle is good. You guys can follow along with the physical board. It's something new, you know. I see these clips of YouTubers with these viral puzzles. So we're gonna go through the game. It was in Sunway Citrus against Sebastian Maze. I had white pieces, and I had already gotten all my GM norms, but I needed to get a rating above 2,500, and I had to cross it. And I was multiple games before that. I was so close to crossing it, but I failed. So the game went d4. My opponent was a Grandmaster 2550, by the way. Knight of 6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4. This is the Nimzo Indian. Played e3, one of the most popular lines. I had noticed that against low-rated players who played e3, he would try some sort of dubious setups, hoping to sort of win the game. Castles, bishop d6. Now we played b6, but a weird move, trying to get an unbalanced position. I play knight to e2, bishop b7, a3. You might think, why can't they just take and play bishop takes g2? But now I'm going to go rook g1, bishop comes back, I'm going to go e4. Now I'm down a pawn. I've got 3 pawns in the center, I've got the 2 bishops, I've got the bishop coming. I'm just going to, checkmate is inevitable. So my opponent instead decided to not give it the bishop, just to go back. But now I get e4, and I get this sort of big white center. Now d6, I castle the king. Now he tries to challenge center with d5, c5, I go d5. And now let's say that he plays a move like knight d7, now I'm going to go f4. So, and now if he tries to block it, I go f5, and I gain a lot of space. So he tries, at this point, he wants to play e5, hoping that if I play e4, he can take, and let's say if bishop takes, he can play knight d7, and sort of bring the knight to the outpost in e5, and slowly maneuver, maybe try to outplay me because I'm a low-rated player, but obviously that wasn't what I was going to let that happen. So now I play knight g3, angling to go the knight to f5. He doesn't really want to play g6 to stop it because now the bishop comes into h6, the rook is forced to e8, and it's a bit uncomfortable. I can maybe just play something like h3, but I have so much space. I can break it f4 at the right moment. I can maybe bring the bishop to c2 to a4. I can just play very simple chess, a very nice position. So he goes knight e8. The point being that he wants to sort of trade off these bishops. I go knight f5. He goes here, and yes, I thought that maybe he should try to these bishops, but maybe he's worried about I take, then I go like g3, and then maybe 4. I don't know. I thought it was quite nice for me. He tried the more patient approach of playing bishop f6. So now I understand that his idea is to play g6. So, and he wants to maybe play h4, he wants to play bishop g5. So I thought, okay, he wants to play bishop g5, but he doesn't really want to do it now. So I go g3, so I can play h4 to cover the g6 square. So he goes check, and I go here, here. Now if I play, for example, king here, he can go bishop e5. So I go h4 prophylaxis. He goes bishop g7. I bring the king up to g2. Now I'm angling for rook h1, h5 to go for the attack. Okay, sorry, bishop g7, king g2. Now the position is already starting to look quite desperate. He plays the move, I think bishop c8. Now I go h5. Again, I want to open things up. He goes g5. Now I go knight g4, threatening h6. He plays queen d7 intermezzo, hoping that I go h6. He can trade, and it's not that bad. I take the bishop, but again I just go f3. Now he goes h6, stopping the move. Now I go rook h1. I want to play knight e3, but he has queen h3 check. So I go rook h1, stopping it. I want to go knight e3, knight e5. So now he goes a6. trying to play for b5. I go knight back to e3, threatening to cover b5. And now my opponent plays knight c7. And here, I'm going to, this is the first puzzle of the day. So the format of each video is basically I'm going to show a game of the day and a puzzle of the day. Super simple format, and we'll include some clips from my streams and everything. But I want this to be very easy to follow. So just white to play and forced resignation. So let's notice that no pieces have been traded. Everything is still on the board. But with one move, my opponent resigned. So you can pause the video, try to think of it. But now I'll say the move, knight to a4. And the reason why is that I'm threatening to take on b6. And because you just moved your knight from e8 to c7, there's no way to protect it. You know, the queen can't come, the knight's on the square. The rook is, how could it move? It's impossible. But the point is, when I take, I'm going to be attacking the queen, bishop, and rook. So let's say you move the queen. Now I take. The rook moves. I take. And then now I bring to f5. I have two bishops. I have an extra pawn. I have an up f5. I can go f4 to penetrate here. I can go e4 to break through on the queen side. The game is just over. Absolutely over. So my opponent resigned after knight a4, and I won again in 26 moves to become a grandmaster without taking a single piece. This will never ever be repeated in history. You know, to win a game without taking a single piece in 26 moves is I'm sorry, it is never going to be repeated. It's truly an amazing feat. So now we're going to continue on to the puzzle of the day. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking positions from my games, and we're going to ask you do puzzles. So this is, show the journey, and this will give you guys some insight into my past journey, into sort of everything I'm studying. Where's my bishop? Where did this bishop go? Okay, this is here. If some of you guys are very loyal followers of the series, you might recognize the position from a past video. But if you guys don't recognize it, it shows that you need to pay more attention to the series and you need to watch every single video. Okay. So in this position, I'm black against Stefan Bulkama. Maybe some of you guys saw the recap. I play them with Ricky 3. So the first part of this puzzle is we should try to think what should white play. So you guys really need to think, okay, let's go through the candidate moves. Let's think what white should play. So in this position, I will say my opponent played the move Queen A3, and I'll ask you for the best move after this. But in this position, we should try to think what should white play. So obviously, Queen A3, this queen is starting to look a little bit suspicious. So we should look for a way to free this queen. So again, I'll give you the chance to pause the video, take your time to think. So the move that white must play, and the only move not to just lose the game on the spot, is e6. So the point behind d6 is that you're opening up this e5 square and freeing the queen. Because objectively, if you look at white's position from a position perspective, you have white as an extra pawn, black has committed some maybe minor weaknesses, so it shouldn't be that bad. But of course, this queen is in a quite precarious position. So after e6, let's say you take, now the queen can come to e5. And now black's in some trouble because let's say you take, you're threatening obviously checkmate and some nasty checks. Takes takes, if the rook moves, you take the pawn, this pawn falls, it can become very dangerous. So what black should do is black should just take and go for this endgame. And this endgame is not so bad for white. You can still try and fight and hold. This was my intention. However, I want to play Queen A3, so this is the second puzzle that you guys should think of. Black to play and just trap this queen. So obviously now the queen wants to go to a6. And at this point, like the queen would have to block and you trade the queens. So I'll give you the chance to pause the video now. Simple toppers. Okay, a5. Let's lock this queen in. Obviously, you might think, why can't you take? Now I have a check. Intermezzo, and I take the queen. So now you think, okay, a5, but how do you trap this queen? Well, next you're going rook c2, and the next you're going bishop b4, and this queen is just stuck. How's it getting out? So how do you stop this? If queen back, rook c2. How do you escape? You're stuck. You're completely hopeless. So rook to d1, rook to c2. Queen is trapped. What do you do? My opponent tried to play b4. I played queen d5. I'm threatening rook takes a2. Chopping the queen. I'm threatening queen takes h4 and checkmate. He goes e4. I take. Again, I'm threatening bishop takes e4. I'm threatening queen takes e2. He goes f3. Mate and 4. you can try to pause the video. This is also a test to see who's watching every single video because this is a great series and there's a lot of potential for chess improvement. You know, if you guys like watching Gotham chess because it helps you improve, I want to, you know, of course, there's a journey that you're following, but also there's a chess improvement angle as well. But now the game is over after queen takes two, queen takes, and here you can play bishop takes b4. Oh my, the king is just collapsing. I don't know what who is I don't know what magic witchcraft Sevian is doing from very far away, but you can take obviously, and okay, you can try to win queen, but the faster is to take. Let's take, you take the rook. If here you give a check, this is checkmate. So I hope you guys enjoy this format of the video. This is going to be a daily game, daily puzzle, and some insights to my training. The book that I've been reading is this book. I found it very interesting. There was a chapter about tactics at the top level, which I found quite interesting, and he was discussing different sort of tactics and how you know, at the top level, how you miss it, how you think it, how certain players might make certain mistakes. And then I also like the part he was talking about like different processes that different players use and their strengths and their difference in approaching. And then of course I'm going to get to the fourth chapter, which is the nature of tactical mistakes. So I think it's he provides really great insight into how top players think and how of course players who have been studying the game for many years still make sometimes very basic mistakes and how to avoid those. So that's what I quite liked about this book. I'm still reading it. Obviously, I've been going through some endgame books as well, but this is the one I particularly liked. So a lot of you guys have been asking for the schedule. The current schedule is I'm playing the German Masters, February 18th to 25th. Then I'm playing, hopefully, in Grand Open. I'm still waiting for them to accept my registration. I emailed them. Usually, guys, for tournaments like Grand they give you conditions. So they'll pay for my hotel, flight, maybe a small appearance fee. I haven't been able to get in contact with them. I tweeted at them, so hopefully I can play in Grand It's an open tournament, so there'll be no reason why I can't play. I'm confirmed to play in Menorca in Spain. And then I'm working on maybe there's a tournament in Sardinia. Still trying to get in contact with the organizer. There's always tournaments in UAE. I'm playing the French league. So I'm trying to get all these leagues. So again, I'm trying to play the Spanish league, the Turkish league. So if you guys know these leagues, I'd love to play. So guys, although it's unfortunate, there's many things to overcome. I'm very confident that this year I'll get a very high rating in these open tournaments in these strong leagues. So thank you guys for watching this video. We're gonna start doing a daily question for the day. So drop a daily question in the comments to show that you've watched the entire video. I'm gonna be answering one viewer question about the journey, about chess. And thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.